Hello everybody, Morty Jacket here with a little video for you regarding of Grey Zone Warfare. Well, should you buy it? The main question I hear some of my friends ask me when they see me on Discord playing it. I decided to, hey, let's just give it a go, try to give my opinion on it, and hopefully I will shed some light to some of your concerns too. Well, thank you very much for joining in, and I hope you will learn something about the game with me as I voice my current concerns, opinions and positives of the current state of the game as it is standing now. Well, first of all, the current date of the recording is 13th of May, and currently I have around 68 70-ish hours in the game. So yeah, after a good amount of time I feel like I have enough. What the? Oh, that was a helicopter. I thought I was hovering. All right, back to it. Oh, okay. So yeah, I felt like after a good amount of time I had some insight to shed on the game. Well, let's just begin. First of all, I would like to say a few words about gameplay and its current premise of player versus environment versus player settings. As you realize that this game is mainly PvE focused with a PvP sprinkled in here and there, which is a good setting I feel like for a game that is hosting a huge map. I can't emphasize this enough. This place is fucking huge. You can very easily get lost in it. So getting used to looking at your map constantly is a must. First of all, because you not get lost. Second, you have teammates that are only visible on the map as you look at them like this. If you are looking at the first person perspective and came around the corner and see a dude standing there with a rifle pointing towards you, you better be sure asking yourself, well, if that's a friendly or not, because by the time you open up this map and quickly figure out it's not, you are dead. Keep an eye on your map because it's a key feature of the game to identify friendlies and enemies. Well, currently we are not going to have that problem because we are going to Juliet, and I plan to dredge down to Blue Lagoon and find myself an LZ around this place. So we are going to give a wide berth toward the east, follow the river down, and then keep continuing following the river until we came across the bridge and head south from it and look for an LZ. And hopefully we will not get absolutely demolished by players or AI. Alright, well, let's get on to it, and as I will continue to walk I will keep talking to you. So this was the gameplay a little bit sprinkled in so you can also look at it and realize what I am talking about right now in terms of gameplay. As you can see, the movement of the game feels solid. The guns and the gunplay feels responsive and good for a current state of the game. So yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised by this too, as if in the early access we are very much having a ton of problems usually with lag and such, but currently there is absolutely no lag, at least in this server that I am having on, because we are going to talk about this point too. Alright, well, I feel like the main gatekeeper, what the game is going to be struggling in terms of player base, is its requirements. Well, thanks to its open world and well, as you can see, this space is not empty. There are a lot of things to render, to load, to work with for your CPU. So CPU and GPU. So yeah, you have to make sure you got a good enough PC to run this beast, because hey, the devs really worked well with the engine that they choose, but that's going to be a serious gatekeeper for the player base, to have a PC powerful enough to actually run this. So let's talk about some of the devs. They were responsive enough in the early stages of the launch that they opened up a Discord channel. They got some people in there who are interested in beta testing the game when serious issues are discovered, try to ask the community for their help. They were really active in that term to solve these problems on the fly, on the go, sort it out as soon as they can, and involve the community in that too. And thanks to it, Hotfix 2 rolled out, which addressed some of the major issues that we had until then. A bit of a better optimization, even though it's in early stages. The bit of a better connection addressed the performance issues on lower end PCs. I'm not talking about lower end like on low end, but lower end in terms they are meeting the minimum requirements, but just by a stand of the hair. And they put together some of good leading points how to configure your not your system but your game's options to get the most out of it with what you have. But unfortunately, when you are below minimal requirements, they can't really help you. So don't expect this game to be don't expect your PC to be able to handle this when you are missing one of the minimals. If you are really close to it, maybe, otherwise don't. And I can tell you that from my experience, as I currently running an Ryzen 7 1800X and a 3060 Ti. My CPU is definitely hanging on the thread of not being able to run it. Bear in mind, this 1800X from Ryzen 7, I think it's about 5 to 6 years old, and as you can see, the game froze up for me thanks to the CPU lagging up. Yes, my CPU is completely utilized, 90% utilized. I barely have any wiggle room with that. So yeah, that's something that you definitely have to keep in mind when you think about this game. But the devs are responsive, they are getting on it, and hopefully we will see better and better performances and utilization of multi-threaded stuff. But currently it's still good enough for me to play it, even though I am hanging really on the thread right here. So current issues, that's also getting handled fairly effectively. One of our major problems was before hotfix 2 is spawning in without a head and without a secure container. Once you got this bug, there was nothing you can do about it. You had to reset your and that's Juliet 2LZ, that's very good. You have to reset your or not reset but wipe your account to get your secure container. And some of the players that was actually involved in the testing of the game that got in from Discord when this problem reared its ugly head up, were tech savvy enough that they managed to quickly pinpoint the problem, come up with a solution, and the devs rolled out, worked, did the community together. So yeah, the kudos to the devs. So back to issues. What we are currently facing now is server issues on EU servers. EU West and EU East are, well, from my experience, are completely unplayable. Even though I am from EU Hungary, the EU West server is physically the closest to me, and I am getting such a serious rubber band issues on that it is completely unplayable for me. Same with the EU West and EU East. But currently I am on US East and I have absolutely zero issues with lag, with rubber band, with latency. Nothing. And honestly, I feel like we EU players are considered secondary from servers from which our team or something, because even though I am currently connecting to the other side of the world, I have no issues with that, and this is disheartening. So yeah, that's one glaring issue that the devs have to fix. Second is the current state of the AI. Sometimes the AI is so cracked that you have no way to fight them. Like absolutely no way to fight them. Well, the reason why I'm giving this city a large circle or large area out is Tiger Bay, Bampa, Felling Airfield, and Fort Narita are notorious for their AI settings. Those AI over there are just absolute monsters. Let me tell you, they are absolute monsters and they are terrifying to face. So yeah, the devs acknowledge that this is a problem, and they also told us players that the current AI in the game handling the scavs is a placeholder. So it's going to be either refined or rebuilt or something, but they are definitely working on it, and that's a bit of an issue in my eyes. Not a bit of an issue, but actually a fairly large issue, because this game is marketed as PvE VP, what, player versus environment versus player. So if you come out and admit that hey, our AI is a placeholder, even though our game is geared toward PvE, well, that is really no saving grace for ya. Even though you come in for early access, that is a glaring issue in my eyes. Some of the players are more lenient with this, but I am not. I do not want to sound like an asshole or something, but if you market toward the PvE state of the game, even though you are coming in to early access, I think you better make sure that your AI is solid and only needs a bit of a tweaks and twerks if the players encounter some kind of a problems that slip through the cracks of the testing, in-house testing. But yeah, that's not happening over here. What I can tell you, there are scavs around these areas that I have mentioned that they spot you from 300 meters away, and with a naked ass AK without even any sights or something, with basic iron sights, they are going to absolutely demolish you. You have no chance against those. So yeah, I've seen videos floating around Reddit where a guy with a sniper rifle shoots an NPC. The NPC just instantaneously turns 90 degrees towards that sniper, and after a second of aiming, it just absolutely blasts those players' ass with an accurate burst, and he just dies, like straight up dies. There's just there is no saving from that state. You can tell a PvE game if you release it to the public, hey, our AI is a placeholder and we are going to implement it later on. I think if you are out for that feeling that you better keep the game in-house development for 2 or 3 months longer and actually get it working. No, I think that should be an Azzy across the road from me on that field. Hopefully I am right. Let's just make sure there are no Terminator scavs around here to demolish me while I cross the road. Seems like we are safe. Okay, so that's the issues toward the AI. I would not count as an issue, but more like to an annoyance that you have to wait for your extraction, and not wait in like Tarkov for 30 seconds, but there are occurrences when the wait time was up to 6 or 7 minutes in that place. So yeah, that's definitely not fun. Yeah, that is it. Kilo 2. I got a good idea. Alright. You know what? I just try to clear this place. Let's see how cracked this AI over here. Blue Lagoon. So yeah, that's one of the annoyances that I face. I understand the dev's point of view, trying to balance the game so the players can just die and instantly get to that place, or they have to wait for a bit, but that time is just a bit ridiculous. And this is also accompanying the fact that you got only 4 helicopters per team, which is carrying the problem with itself that sometimes you are just better off looking for a lobby that you can immediately deploy. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. There was occurrences of me just spawning into a game, wanting to get into some low level action, and the helicopter that would took me to the Azzy is just said, hey, 6 minutes, you better wait. At that point I just quit the game, or not quit the game, but logged off from the game, switched to a different server, and immediately manage to deploy on a different one. So yeah, I understand the balancing aspect of it, but that was a bit annoying. So, player base. Next point that I would like to add is, oh boy, it's absolutely stellar. Kudos to the players, man. They are awesome to be around. Oh fuck, I'm still bleeding. Whatever. So yeah, it's non-toxic. It's just such a fresh breath of air after Helldivers. This is a second game that I actually got in and meet a awesome and friendly player base. I got a lot of help from them because there are some quests that requires keys to get into, understandable, a bit of a slowdown on progression, and player base is ready to help you out. I had several occurrences where I was around a certain area with a random player and I was talking to him to an open channel. Hey, you got this key? He says no, and response comes in from a bush nearby, that from an enemy player, mind you. Hey, I got this key. I opened the door for you if you do not shoot me. And I was like, why the fuck should I shoot you? You help me out, I help you out. That's it. And there were several doors that enemy other players, PMCs, opened the door for me to progress, and we both went on our merry separate way afterward. And it was great. It felt good. There was a lot of friendly players around here, and there is a lot of goodwill from the player bases toward the company, toward the dev teams or dev team that is handling this project. So yeah, it was such a great and pleasant surprise for me. Well, next one, I want to say that even though all of these problems are stemming from its state, as well, Tarkov player base always said, hey, hold on a second, it's beta, bro. Yeah, it is beta, and in this game we can say it's beta. On Tarkov, I don't. We can't really say it. Oh, we can't really say that anymore. It's been out for a long time that it can't really shield its flaws by that. Oh sh! Oh shit! Fuck! Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Well, yeah. So Tarkov, while it can shield itself that hey, it's beta, bro, but Grazon Warfare definitely can, because it just came out. So let's just be a bit patient. The dev team already did stellar job addressing our main issues. There are still a few more, but hey, I hope they will continue this going on. So yeah, I am hopeful toward the future of the game. Also, the pricing of the game. As it is currently now, the game standing on a 35 euro price tag, which, let's be honest, is way more accessible for a lot of players and a large amount of players that price tag is a lot more accessible. Uh, yeah, yeah, there is nothing else to be said about that. It's not. It doesn't seem like this company is going for your money or money only. It seems like this company actually cares about its project, so that's a breath of fresh air, and hopefully this trend will continue on. So yeah, $35 price tag or euro price tag is much more acceptable, much more accommodating to a larger population, and you know that I can get behind of it. Well, in my last words is game has a lot of potential, a lot of goodwill from the community, and a lot of help from the community. Oh, no, 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 no. That's not good. Oh shit, that's not good. Oh shit. Back to the shack. Back to the shit shack. Yeah, this seems like these AIs are not that absolutely correct, but hey, they tried to blast me through the wall, so that's not exactly true, but at least they are not one-shotting me, so yeah. Let's bandage up and continue. So yeah, for a 35 euro and dollar price tag, it's much more affordable to a larger scale of the population or gamer community than anything other that is currently in its rivals with this kind of a settings. I would not call Tarkov to be a part of its rival. I think Tarkov is well past that point. Uh, Especially with the 250 euro before tax 250 euro unheard edition, so that was strange. So yeah, so I'm going to call an end to this video. In my opinion, the game is deserves to be given a chance. For this pricing, definitely it's not that expensive, but the main gatekeeper of this game is actually the CP, not CPU, but your PC that that you have. You have to have a decent enough CPU for it. You have to make sure you can run this stuff. Keep your that's a friendly over here. You have to make sure you keep your drivers up to date, and this is probably the first game that comes with the requirements like this, that you really have to pay close attention to that stuff. It's not enough to update it once or twice just to be sure. You have to keep going with it, as this game will utilize your processing powers. Oh, come on. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you learned something new along with me, and definitely give a go to a game if you can afford and your PC can run it. I think its future holds some great things for us gamers. Dev team is looking promising. Their game looks promising, and let's hope it will be, or not it will be, but they will keep up. Thank you very much for joining in. Hope you had some fun and learned something new. And have a good one out there, and watch out.